What's up YouTube, this is Fate coming at you today with another deck profile, and today I'm going to be showing you my Turbo Zombie deck, or Destiny Hero Zombies, or whatever zombie. I personally want to call it Turbo Zombie for the sake of this video, so without further ado, here's the profile. For the searchers, I run 2 Goblin Zombie. For the special summoners, 2 Zombie Master. I don't want to run more than 2 because the way this build is designed, he is a pretty bad opening draw. More used for late game combos and plays. And after that, for the main engine, we run triple Plaguespreader and triple Destiny Hero Malicious to launch all your synchro plays. And then after that, to speed the build up, I run triple Dark Grepher. Basically to send one from the hand to the graveyard to send the other from the deck to the graveyard to speed up all your synchro plays. Then next up for the supporters, we run triple Mezuki. Because Plaguespreader does have a tendency of banishing himself from the graveyard, Mezuki just provides you a way around that, as well as providing you other plays with zombies to bail you out. Then for the supporters, I run 1 Pyramid Turtle and 1 Endless Decay in case you don't get what you want turn 1. Pyramid Turtle into Endless Decay first turn for a 4,000 beater does tend to force your opponent to use up early resources before your synchros even hit the field, which is always helpful. And then to round out the monsters, 1 Dark Dragon because you do run tons of graveyard control. Then on to the spells, the 1 Draw Engine card, Allure Of Darkness. Didn't want to run Power of Duality at all because, especially if you get the cards you need turn 1, this build does a lot of special summoning right off the gates. And for the Searcher, Reinforcement of the Army. Definitely helps your combos to get Dark Grepher to your hand as quick as possible. 2 Books of Life to get your zombies out of the graveyard and to continuously use Plaguespreader Zombie without banishing him. Then for the general staples, I run 1 Book of Moon, triple MST, Dark Hole, Mind Control. You do run into Plaguespreader a lot, so to use your opponent's monsters for all your synchro plays always adds to the fun. Burial from the Different Dimension. Banishing and graveyard control is inevitable from this build, so this is just all around useful just to recur your special summoning plays. And then 1 Dragon's Mirror, because Dragonnecro is a pain when you do get him to the field, and he just creates all sorts of backdoor plays to help you out. So that's it for the spells lineup. Then for the traps, we run 2 Dimensional Prison, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Fiendish Chain, and then the one-ofs of Compulse, Bottomless, and Torrential. I know I said this in the other video, it's kind of parts that I don't own as many Solemn Warnings for my builds, but also the fact that I prefer not to pay the 2,000 when other things can do just as much grade A damage. It's just a personal player's preference at that point. Although I do use it in other builds that I will be showing in the future. And then on to the extra deck. The 1 fusion of Dragonnecro, because you do run tons of zombies in this build, and it's just fun using this guy and getting out some powerful tokens at your disposal. And then for the synchros, run kind of a standard lineup except a few that I will show you. 1 Ally of Justice Catastor for your 5. For the 6s, I run 1 Revive King Hades, and I prefer Vulcan The Divine over most level 6s, mainly because there's a lot of protection against destruction these days. Returning just does a lot more damage. The 1 level 7 Black Rose Dragon. Always preferred him as level 7 if you have one. And then for the level 8s, we have 1 of each of the 2 Stardust Dragons. Mainly different scenarios I like to interchange these guys. 1 Scrap Dragon. And then the 2 level 8s that make the build. one Void Ogre Dragon, and one Beelze. And a quick shout out to KSI Enemy for the Beelze. Without the trade that I made with him, this build would not be as good. So, plus he has a really good channel himself. I would highly suggest checking it out. And then for the other two, one Mistworm. Like I said, I prefer return power. It does more than you think in the long run. And one Star Eater, because Star Eater, why not? And then for the Xyz, I only play 3 of them. One Digestal MRL. One Laval Chain to get all your stuff to the graveyard. And then instead of 101 Honor Arc, I choose to run one Gemini Pearl. The reason why I choose Gemini Pearl over Honor Arc is I do face a fair decent amount of Evil Storm players at my locals, and I just hate getting Honor Arc Fiendish Chain, Effect Veiler, Breakthrough Skilled. Gemini usually doesn't have to worry about any of those problems, and it gets over Ophion a lot, so that's another player's preference. I just prefer Pearl over Ophion in this build, just to make Ophions cry. And that is my deck profile. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and hope to bring you more videos in the future.